Jeffu react.
I see this all the time. Somebody gives a popular game a bad rating or an unpopular game a good rating and oh, how that guy has fallen off. I used to like him, but
That's just me.
you have to stop listening to game reviewers. If one
Yeah,
guy gives a game
I
a
get it,
10
I get
and the
it, I
other
get
guy
it.
a 6, the average is an 8.
Yeah.
Neither of them agree with that rating.
Rantwo, yes, Rantwo, also known as Ranton, has made a video that's called Stop Listening to Game Reviewers. I love this dude so much. I'm a big fan, a huge fan of Ranton. I've been watching his video ever since he's making like review videos and stuff like that. And now he's starting to like have this second channel and make a lot of very similar daily upload stuff of like a lot of, you know, like how old school YouTube is, right? A lot of how Jacksepticeye or like, you know, PewDiePie or whatnot, how they uploaded videos is exactly that kind of style, right? They got a lot of weird stuff, you laugh, you lose, this and that, video games, of quick cuts, quick in, whatever. And that's what Rantwo channel is like. And so I've been learning a lot of editing, you know, from this guy. I really like his video, like, you know, I learned a lot, like seriously a lot. There's one time that I uploaded videos like something like this as well, like a very daily uploads. I play a lot of horror games, and each time I got a lot of like fast cuts, shortcuts, whatever, you know, like they get zoom in, zoom out kind of things. And I learned a lot from his video. I use his editing from the one that I watch in his in his review videos, and I use those applied to my my daily uploads video. And yeah, so we're gonna go and take a look and check on this game reviewers. Stop listening to game reviewers video, because I find this a very interesting topic. At the end of the day, what this video trying to say is that game reviewers is just one person. It is an opinion made by one person. So do not take it too seriously. Just take it easy, you know, stuff like that.
Can you believe IGN gave Alien Isolation a 5.9?
スキルアップ didn't like Final Fantasy 16.
No way! Ranton gave Mass Effect Andromeda a 9 out of 10.
Yeah, I actually agree with this. I actually prefer Mass Effect Andromeda more than the Mass Effect trilogy. Why? Listen, come on, just listen, okay? I enjoy this more because I love the idea of exploration. The expedition that they went from Milky Way to Andromeda, that itself, it's very interesting to me. When they hit that area, they got like some sort of accident, and then, you know, things doesn't go as planned, and they got attacked by people and whatnot. You know, that all things, and you're exploring new planet each time. It's all unknown planet, and then you have to scan out new like habitats and life forms and whatnot. That idea, it's really nice for me. I really enjoy that more than I enjoy Mass Effect trilogy. Why? I like trilogy as well, but it's just that if you ask me which one I prefer Andromeda more. And I would give it like 9 out of 10, and the trilogy is probably around 8 out of 10. You know, if you guys want me to review it, shit. And why is it that kind of score? Is because I played Mass Effect at the first, like, you know, the first trilogy. It's because I love space exploration. I just love the space exploration idea itself. I played it because of that reason, not because of the plot or the story or whatnot. To be honest, I don't really remember what the story is to now, even though I beat the game. I remember my ending was Shepard dies and everybody survives or something like that. That's how I played the game. And the most part that I amazed with the trilogy was the part where you can go and throw some probes to the planet, and then you can, like, you know, like search the planet for like life form or whatnot. Some of them you search that they get an area that you can land, and then you land in that area and stuff like that. That was exciting for me. That space exploration part. Not really the story that much. That's why as I said, that's the reason why I enjoy more Mass Effect Andromeda than, you know, because the whole story is about exploration. So yeah, so that's that.
I see this all the time. Somebody gives a popular game a bad rating or an unpopular game a good rating and oh, how that guy has fallen off. I used to like him, but
that's just me. With Elden Ring sucks so bad. Okay? Again, I bought Elden Ring to love the game. Everybody, people that I like, you know, like PewDiePie was playing it, enjoying it. Everybody that I watch, huge YouTuber that I watch, everybody love it. And I was like, what is so good about this game? So I tried. I did enjoy for the first 20 hours, but then it just get... So at the end of the day, I didn't enjoy the game, and So yeah, Sex So Bad appears, and people didn't like what I said, and I'm just gonna say it again. The game got popular because a lot of popular content creator enjoy it. That's it. It's not because of the game wise. Because if you say game wise, I think a lot of other games are kind of fun than that. Like, we got Devil May Cry. You sure Devil May Cry is not as good as whatever Dark Souls 2 is or something? Are you sure? We got like Ninja Gaiden. You sure? Call of Duty, different genre video games. I'm thinking about video games. Okay? If you put out all the pile of video games and stuff, I'm just saying, man. Mass Effect Andromeda. Okay, now
when he gave a game I like a score I disagree with, I just couldn't take him seriously anymore. Today I will rant about something that I have had passionate debates over many times by myself in the shower. You have to stop listening to game reviewers. I know.
I didn't do it in my shower though. I did it when I was pooping. I did a lot of thought of this when I was pooping.
Quite a take from a game reviewer. But hear me out. I've thought about this a lot. Rantoni shitty opinioni is rising from the ashes. Well, here goes nothing. How does IGN review games? Well, they actually explain it on their website. The IGN review is the official statement on a game's quality because we have chosen a single critic to step up and represent us. But it is still the opinion of the reviewer, and no opinion is universal among gamers. Just as you and your friends feel differently about certain games being amazing or just good. Those disagreements exist within the IGN team. There you have it. An IGN review is one guy's opinion. One guy. That makes it not more or less valid than any other person. Why be mad about it? And if the answer is, yeah, but they have a huge reach, why is that? Nobody hand-selected IGN to be the arbiters of what's good or bad. The truth is, a lot of people watch them because a lot of people find some value there. Doesn't make their opinions more correct. It is still just an opinion. Es ist nur eine Couch. My ranking of a game is not more or less valid than that of a random hobo who's never played a video game in his life. I'm not kidding. My mom doesn't play video games, but if she did and she reviewed one, her review would be as valid to me than that of any other person.
This is exactly true. Like, I went to Japan and studied music, as some of you guys probably might know, right? My teacher always tell all the students, do not fear to voice an opinion just because you think you do not sing well than the other students or whatnot. Like, of course, you are in a class, and in every class got a lot of talents, right? Some of them are good at writing music, some of them are good at singing and stuff like that. But all of us have to do something and, go to the front and start singing, because that's how we, you do a singing class and stuff like that. So my teacher always said, like, each time after we sing, we would get like a paper and stuff, and we would voice opinion and stuff like that. And my teacher always said, do not fear to voice your opinion just because that you think that you don't sing better than this person or that person. Like, they got a lot of diva there, man, like crazy. Like the voice is like beautiful. They got a lot of those. Your confidence will drop. To be honest, it will be like, shit, that levels, and I'm here trying to sing along with those talented beings. And my teacher just said that your opinion is as valid as her opinion to you or whatever. Like, that kind of like just because you think that you don't sing better than her doesn't necessarily means that people think of the same way. And to prove this, that's why we said just now they got like a paper and stuff. The paper, they doesn't write names. So like, okay, this time Jeffu is singing, and then they got like a whole list of a paper and stuff like that. Everybody writes on the paper on what they thought of my singing and stuff like that. And they were cut off. And they will cut off every single person, and they will staple up. Okay, like, this is Jeffu's idea from every single person. They take every papers, they cut it off, and then this is Jeffu's, like everybody's thoughts on Jeffu's. They will put it, they will staple it up, and then they got like this whole piece of like paper, which is just what they thought about me when I was singing on stage. And then the same goes with every single other students. So when I see that, and it is so funny because there are people that say, oh man, I love your way you sing. Some of the people say maybe you need to train more on your vocal lessons. Some of them say maybe you should learn more on rhythm and whatnot. Some of them they say, I love your lyrics. The song that you made is pretty unique and it's awesome. And some of them say maybe you need to learn grammar and stuff like that, more precise grammar for Japanese word or something, because it's just maybe some hater or whatnot. I'm not sure though. And like a lot of type of stuff that just keep going on. Like most of them are pretty sweet, and I was always shocked to see that, because I'm always having this weird thought that I say, okay, man, I'm a foreigner here, right? All these Japanese students, they're probably like a little bit like I'm kind of scared, like what do they think about me and stuff like that. A lot of them are sweet as hell. Like I'm gonna be honest, the ratio around 7 or even 8, like 80% to 20%. The 20% is negative, 80% is mostly all positive. Pretty awesome. Like everybody's random. You don't know their names, but everybody is so sweet. And I said, like, just because somebody who doesn't really play video games and stuff, when they play video games, they will get that unbiased thing. That's what Ranton just said, right? Like that is exactly true. Because for example, if you put a game like Elden Ring and then Final Fantasy VII Remake, okay, you let them play, probably Rebirth, right? You let them play Elden Ring, and then the guy have, like, for me, if I played both game, I have bias, because of course I would pick Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Like, this is the game that I love. I prefer this more. But when a guy who doesn't really know any doesn't have any bias on each reader of the game, they don't really care. Like, I never heard of Elden Ring, I never heard of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, but you let them play, and they would be like, okay, yeah, I enjoy Final Fantasy VII Rebirth as much more. That opinion is as valid as any other opinion as well, and it's more unbiased, to be honest. And you could say, like, yeah, it is a much more fun game, because how that guy actually found out that way. It's like, maybe this is way too hard for him, or this is way too complicated, and then he enjoyed this because it's more like goofy and there's like attractive characters and whatnot. Or maybe vice versa. He does like, I didn't really like how the game is jumping around from one session to another. I don't understand what is happening. And then like he preferred the Elden Ring because, like, oh, this is just straightforward. I just keep using this character and it's actually pretty fun and whatnot, right? No, you just can go in both ways as well. But it's gonna be the most unbiased opinion, to be honest, because I keep hearing people say, oh, this guy doesn't play a lot of video games. His point of view is not valid. It's very valid as well.
I do not care about how much the person knows about the medium, the culture, the production process. Sometimes the less they know, the more unbiased and unburdened their opinion can be, actually. It doesn't matter how much you understand an art form. Your opinion will always just be that, your opinion. For instance, my Chinese side of the family has a lot of musicians and music teachers. I know it's a stereotype, but it is what it is. They got perfect pitch. They've been playing the piano religiously since before they learned how to walk. When they hear a song, they can always point out a bunch of theory things and how it's composed, and oh my god, so much knowledge. Yet, they could never, ever argue me out of my enjoyment of a song. No amount of expertise can change that. When I was 15 years old and
that's a pretty shitty song, I'm gonna be honest.
Getting into movies, like a sophisticated cineast. Oh, look at me, look at me. I would sometimes show my friends movies that I like, and when they didn't, I said to myself, they don't like it because they don't get it. There is no more smug and pretentious attitude than that. Thank God I grew out of it. God forbid something that speaks to you doesn't speak to others. Some people think a review score is more universal if we average out the ratings of several people. But to me, that makes the rating actually useless. Because at that point, who does the rating represent? An average represents nobody. Except the one in the average.
It's just like the same thing. Like when you try to please everybody, you please no one. It's just the same thing. When you try to average thing, it becomes none, right?
You know what I mean. If one guy gives a game a 10 and the other guy a 6, the average is an 8. Yep. Neither of them agree with that rating. Calculating averages.
Yep, that makes a lot of sense. If somebody put it at 10 and somebody put it at 6, average it into 8, well, what the hell is that? Like, even the guy on the 6 is like, I said it was 6, it's not 8. This guy's gonna say it's like 10. I say it was 10, it's not 8. Holy shit, that makes so much sense.
On a mass scale can be interesting to see general sentiment towards a product, but it's completely useless to me when I'm trying to figure out if I would like something or not. A good friend of mine who's also a YouTuber, I'm not gonna put you on blast, don't worry, always checks out IMDb scores before watching a movie. And I chewed his ear off about that. You know that meme in the stadium with the dude and the girl like, that was me. In the famous words of Uwe Boll.
Completely fucking bullshit.
Why do you care? What does it matter? So many great movies have a low IMDb score. And so many movies in the top 100 suck ass. And intuitively,
I'm trying to find, is there any movies that I like that people didn't like? I can't think of anything right now. Not now though.
You know this to be true. Why? Is there a single movie, game, TV show, book, song that you like that you know others hate?
I think to all of you guys it's Elden Ring, right? Because you like but everybody else hate.
You know the answer is yes. If you let review scores guide you, you would have never known. So stop caring about averages. It's like that beautiful moment in Scrubs.
Who cares what statistics show? I mean, look at medicine. 80% of...
Castlevania? I'm not sure. I think a lot of people that I come across, they all like Castlevania though. Like my cousin like keep telling me, why you keep playing Castlevania? Stop playing Castlevania. But I was like, man, this game is awesome, man. I love Castlevania. I love it.
Of people with pancreatic cancer die within 5 years. 95% of appendectomies occur with 0 complications. But we both know pancreatic cancer patients that lived and appendix patients that unfortunately passed. Statistics mean nothing to the individual. You're either going to be a good parent to that kid or you're not.
Now prove me right in the comments by typing, that's just your opinion.
That's just your opinion. I can just say it.
I've seen comments sometimes of people saying, Ranton, I value your reviews because you seem like an unbiased chap.
No. Everybody is biased, man. Everybody is biased.
It's a compliment and I appreciate that, but it couldn't be more wrong. Unbiased? Me? Are you crazy? I am hella biased. I'm the most biased. And that's not a problem. Bias alone is not an issue. The reasons for the bias can be an issue, but bias alone isn't. Everyone's biased. You just have to be aware and transparent about them. I hate talking about this issue, so I will keep it brief. I know a lot of you will disagree, but fuck it, let's go! Name something objectively good about The Witcher 3.
Ooh, it's playing with fire here.
You can't.
The girls. Yennefer is hot. Yennefer 3 is super hot.
Big game world? No, it's not. Starfield is larger, or Flight Simulator, or Fuel, or...
Okay, you're trying to say like Stellar Blade Eve is hotter? Yes, it is. And then, then okay, you're making a point.
Minecraft? You can tell me how many square kilometers the world has, but big? That's subjective. Good writing. I disagree. Now what? How? Can't be a fact of the matter, i.e. objective, if I can play a quest and not like the writing. Beautiful graphics. I don't see it. I prefer Mario-style graphics. This is just to illustrate the point. Bear with me. Immersive music. No? I spend my childhood...
If he really liked Mario-style graphic, I think he got some serious problem, I guess.
Camping out in the woods and listening to dubstep music, so I think the game is really missing that. I know that if we get really into the weeds of
I don't know, man. When you talk about Witcher 3, I don't think about music as well.
Objectivity and subjectivity, it becomes nonsensical and a tedious epistemology. What is reality? What does is mean? What does what mean? What does mean? Immanuel Kant, das Ding an sich. Oh God. I have no interest in that philosophical bullshit. I want to keep it applicable. But the only objective thing you can tell me about a game is describing it. The Witcher 3 was released on May 19th, 2015, developed by CD Projekt Red. You play as Geralt of Rivia and the game was developed using Red Engine 3. These are objective things, but they're not reviews. The moment you start talking about good or bad things, you're expressing an opinion as a subject about the object. Subjective. Sure, sometimes there can be a consensus. Sometimes almost everyone agrees and considers a game good or bad. Everyone loves Hollow Knight. Still doesn't make it objective. Because I think enjoyment is ethereal. It happens here, not here. I know when I'm having fun in the moment. I don't play, pause, take out my notepad, and analyze what just happened to then figure out if I had fun. I know it when I play, just as I know if I like a song the moment I listen to it. No analysis.
Holy shit, he's cooking, bro. He's cooking! Exactly. That's how people play video games.
This is needed. Just because you hate a game doesn't mean it's bad. No, that's exactly what it means. Well, this is just your opinion. Yes, that's always already implied. When I say game X has a shitty combat system, the fact that that's an opinion is obvious.
He's talking about Black Myth Wukong.
because it's a qualifying statement.
We all know that he said like the combo in Black Myth Wukong.
Okay, but there is another reason why you should always take game reviews with a grain of salt. Game reviewers don't play games like you do. In German and Chinese, we have the perfect word for this. In German, Anspruch. In Chinese, 要求. There's no good equivalent for this in English. If you think a game reviewer should test a game like a product, so try a bunch of things, will the game allow me to do this and that and walk like this? Let's check out the walk animations. What does my character do if I put him in this situation? Play it on different hardware. Try to push the game systems to the limit. Go through every little aspect as comprehensively as possible. Test it like a product. I'm not the guy to watch, because I realized shortly before starting my channel, when I still watched more game reviews myself, that sometimes they would talk about things that are so abstract and have nothing to do with the way I play games. What does that?
Man, he's so right. He's so right. The way that you play games and the way that other people play games and the way that IGN or any game journalists play video games are different. Game journalists tend to have a book at the side, and then they play the game and then they like write down, holy shit, so this is how it works, this is how it does. But I might give it too much credit for these days IGN. But I'm just saying, okay. That's how they probably gonna do that. But I gotta write 1,000 articles this week. You know, that's why it's like, you know, just like, okay, playing this game with a PS4 and a PS5, this is what it feels the same. And then they would just make that into one article. And then like, you know, that's not how you will play games. The way that you will play games is probably just put in the games or double click into the icon of the game after you install the game, and then you play.
That mean when I buy a game and I play it as a consumer, I'm not testing it. I'm not experimenting, making notes, analyzing. I just play. I'm having fun in the moment, and you probably do too. Most people do. So there is a certain way that reviewers think they have to play games in order to give a fair and balanced review that actually becomes incredibly detached from how normal people play. And at that point, how useful is your review? Nobody plays games like that. Who are you reviewing for? That's why my approach has always been, and you can disagree, beauty of opinions, just play. Don't review. Don't test. Just play like I have my whole life. Some things I will like in the moment, some things I won't. Write it down, package it, give a number, done. I don't play through a game on every difficulty, I don't 100% it, and if you think that makes me a bad game reviewer, that's totally fine by me. And since the video is called Don't Trust Game Reviewers, and you don't think I'm a game reviewer, that means trust me, bum! For the chest, bitch! No, but seriously, it's totally okay to think that. I will not let the label reviewer change the way I've always played my games.
Yeah.
So then the question remains, why watch reviews at all? I would watch a game review for 3 reasons. Number 1, I like that person and I value their opinion. Number 2, I want to get information or facts about the game. Number 3, the video itself is done or packaged in a way that I find very engaging and entertaining. But no reviewer or person can or has ever talked me into or out of my enjoyment of a piece of art. I know what I like, and you do too. Trust yourself. All right, now I got this off my chest. Yeah, now you can tell me how much you disagree. Oh, Ranton, oh, you have an opinion. Well, fuck you. If you want more on the subject, there is one problem in the game reviewer space, I guess, that does exist and that is a problem. And that's review copies and the perverse incentives they create. I made a video about that subject a while back. It's on the 2nd channel. You can check it out. Until then, love you guys. It's good to be back.
Oh shit!
Can you believe
That's exactly, you know, that's the video. I really strongly agree on this. You know, at the end of the day, you play game as how you do, right? So do not take game reviews too seriously. That's just, I guess he really put in a very good. It's a very cool video. I really like it, and yeah. So guys, so that's it. That's the video. Remember, play video games because you enjoy video games, not because somebody say, "Holy shit, this video game is so cool, I gotta play it." No. The reviews are just, you know, reviews made by one person, one particular person. That's it. That's it, guys. Okay. So, yep. Nonetheless, I think that's just it, right? I don't know what else to say. And I will see you guys again on the next video. Give a like, subscribe. I'll be seeing you. Palm. Check out Rantwo. Check out Ranton videos, man. Drop that beats.